What's up, YouTube? This is Groudon Empire, and I am back for another episode of my Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Ranked Singles Series. The like goal for this video is 25, so make sure to demolish that thumbs up like button down below. If the like goal is reached, I will continue to upload videos, so make sure to show your support for the channel. If you hit the like button but didn't reach the like goal, make sure to share this video with your friends and anyone you think might be interested so we can expand the empire and get more people to help reach that like goal. Also, the team that I will be using for this episode is on the left. Take a good look at the team, and before we even find an opponent, leave a comment down below with your vote for who you think will be the most valuable Pokemon, the MVP. After you're done watching the episode, go back and reply to that comment with another comment letting us know if you were right or wrong. Was your vote even selected? How did they do if they were picked? And who do you think deserved to be MVP if you changed your mind? Please let me know down below in the comment section, as I really am interested. And when I retire this team, I will choose the real MVP based on which Pokemon gets the most MVP votes and for the most number of episodes. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. We are coming in with a rating of 1711 and right under 100 games, and we find our opponent, they have a rating of 1731, so they have more points than us, but if they lose, we're going to end up with more points than them, and they're going to, obviously have less points than us, so we got to make sure to win and make them upset. Well, making our opponents upset is not our goal. Our goal is to just climb to 2,000, so let's make sure we do that, alright? And the only way to do that is by winning, so I'm going to take a screen cap of my opponent's team and a picture as well. I have a picture in front of me right now. I do both, just for record's sake. You don't have to do both, just do one of them. If you like writing them down, you can do that too. Whatever floats your boat. So, what I'm thinking initially is to pick Mamoswine because I have Scarf and Icicle Spear, but I take that back because I noticed that I don't think it's a good idea, especially when Heracross destroys the rest of the team almost completely single-handedly, right? So, I think it's better if I start off with Heracross, because Heracross can EQ the Heatran, especially if the Heatran doesn't have, a lot of speed investment, which most Heatran don't. And if it's Air Balloon, I can Rock Blast and then, Earthquake next turn. Or I can just switch out into I'll deal with that. I'll see what I'll do if it's Air Balloon. But most don't, they don't even carry Air Balloon, so I don't have to worry too much about it. I'll see what happens, so. So Heracross can also deal with Mega Gyarados and normal Gyarados pretty nicely as well, so that's awesome. And of course, Ferrothorn to hit KO with Pin Missile, and Pin Missile can also KO the T-Tar, and I think I can take on the Heracross 1v1 with my own Heracross, and then I'll take damage. I'll be all bruised up, but then I'll just go on to Cresselia, heal myself back up, and I'll be fine. All right. Just gotta make sure to take down the opposing Mega Heracross. And as for opposing Latios, again, Cresselia has Trick Room, which can make Heracross just have a party versus Latios. And Heatran can come for the Latios as well, because again, Latios is really the main problem in my opinion versus my opponent's team. So that's why I have those three Pokemon, alright? Because again, Heatran walls the stab moves of Latios, which is Dragon and Steel. Dragon and Psychic. Steel resists both of those attacks. So that's awesome. Toy Specs Heatran with Flash Cannon, so we can do stuff. But if my opponent does have Earthquake or Surf, we might be in trouble. Keyword, might. Most likely not, though. So that's why Heatran is coming. So my opponent starts off with the Gyarados. I don't know if it's Mega or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm just going to go for a Rock Blast first turn because I don't think that a Pokemon that resists... What's it called? Both of an opposing Pokemon's stab moves, Bug and Fighting, would want to Mega Evolve into a type that is weak to both. So, yeah, if it is a Mega Evolution, he's not going to Mega Evolve. If he's not Mega Evolution, then Rock Blast will probably KO this thing. But man, we got a critical hit right from the start. I ain't mad at all. I'm tell you straight up, I ain't mad at all. And I think based on the damage that I'm seeing, I don't think a Rock Blast would have KO'd without that crit. So maybe this Gyarados wasn't Mega. Maybe it was a Rocky Helmet Max Defense Gyarados. And because of that crit, it just died one Rock Blast, which is awesome because you don't have to deal with potential Thunder Waves and stuff like that. So great. Percentage-wise, it's 6, 6, 6, 6 plus 6. So, I mean, not plus 6 or 6. So, I mean, I have a good chance of getting at least one crit, right? But yeah, this turn I'm switching out into Heatran because, again, I wall Latios' stab. I don't want to risk eating up, you know, a Draco when I switch out into Cresselia. You know, if he's going to use Psychic, and he just used Shadow Ball. If I went out to Cresselia, I don't know, maybe I'd be 2-hit KO'd. So it's really good that I brought Heatran. You know, this is exactly why I brought Heatran, alright? This is exactly why. And I eat up 2 Shadow Balls. That does a lot of damage. That's probably Specs. So I go for a Flash Cannon, Choice Specs Flash Cannon. Yo, that does no damage, man. Why doesn't that do any damage? I'm Choice Specs maximum special attack. Either that thing illegally has Soul Dew, or it's Assault Vested, or just maybe I think Heatran is bulkier. I mean, more offensive than it actually is. I don't know, but Heatran is gone, and the reason I sacked Heatran off right there is because based on my opponent's team, I don't really need to worry. I think I don't need to worry. Yeah, I don't need to worry because I have Heracross and I have Cresselia, so I don't have to worry. Man, I'm mixing up the names together and then nothing is coming out of my mouth. But right now I'm going to do a damage calc to figure out how much damage Shadow Ball did to Heatran and if that was a Choice Specs Latios or not, because I really need to know. I really need to know. Really need to know. And the fact that I didn't switch out from the Latios when there was a Heatran in front of it, that makes me think my opponent had a Ferrothorn in the back. Either Ferrothorn or Heracross. So, honestly, I think, yeah, based on my calculations, Latios is probably Choice Specs. Most definitely Choice Specs. So I'm just going to go out into Heracross because my opponent is not going to OHKO me even with the critical hit Shadow Ball. And I'll just go for Pin Missile. Because if my opponent has a Ferrothorn in the back, which I'm telling you right now, they have that. Either that or a Heracross. And I'm just going to go for Pin Missile because if it is a Heracross, I'm just going to go for a Rock Blast next turn. I don't want to risk missing when I can just go for a Pin Missile, which is, you know, the most damage to a potential Ferrothorn. And, you know, either way, I think they both KO the Latios. But again, you know, it's more accurate than the Rock Blast. And again, 2-hit KOs Ferrothorn. So, Pin Missile it is. And my opponent does have the Ferrothorn, as I called, based on the fact that my opponent wasn't switching out versus a Heatran with Latios. Alright? So, my first hit was a critical hit. And that critical hit did so much damage. If we got a second critical hit, that probably would have been an OHKO. But that's amazing, man. We got 2 critical hits so far, and only 2 attempts. So 2 out of 10, 20% critical hit chance. That's it's pretty high. It's pretty high. So I go for the Earthquake the next turn to finish it off because it has 100% accuracy. And why the heck does my cursor keep coming on the screen? I don't understand. Anyway. That's probably the wire. Oh, sorry guys. The wire that I'm using to connect to my 3DS probably keeps on coming on the... Because I'm using a laptop, it probably keeps coming on the little sensor thingy. So I apologize for that. But anyway, Heracross, I switched Heracross out into the Cresselia because I predict exactly that. A Psychic type attack. And I know my opponent is going to be Choice Locked. So I'm just going to go out into Cresselia. And at this range, I can probably just Psychic it off. Like Trick Room and then Psychic. I think I can get double crit, or I don't know. At this range, I think that it would be better. Like, I'm thinking if I should go for Moonlight, Psychic, or Trick Room. But what I am thinking is, I'll just go for Trick Room, and then I have 4 turns. So what I can do is, the first 2 turns, I can go for Psychic to put the Latios in Bullet Seed range. And then the last 2 turns, basically, I use Lunar Dance, and then the last turn, Heracross comes in, finishes it off with Bullet Seed. Now, I don't have to do that. I can also just use Psychic like 3 times and then Moonlight Up, and then Moonlight Up. So I can use Cresselia to finish off the Latios 1v1, or I can, you know, have Trick Room in play, and then Lunar Dance, and then go out into Heracross, do it like that. But let's give Cresselia some time to do some work, all right? And we just got a critical hit and a Spadef drop. So talk about kicking people in the nuts. I don't see any nuts on this Latios. Probably clipping its wings or something like that. I don't know. What do you? I don't know. But yeah, man, this thing is done. Latios just got finished by Cresselia, man. Psychic. Yo, nothing but Psychic. The Cresselia is using Psychic, the Latios is using Psychic, and they're both Psychic types. Yo, this is a Psychic. This is a Psycho party, man. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave your MVP thoughts in the comment section. This was Groudon Empire. Peace out.